Tennessee, Pittsburgh. We've got Tennessee 6.5 point road favorite, 7 in some spots, a total 64 and a half in this game. Last year, I remember this game very well. It was a shootout, back and forth it went. But keep in mind, that was the Pittsburgh Mark Whipple throw the football around the lot offense that they had last year, play at a faster pace when that game went over the total. Pitt's looking to slow it down this year. You know, they were looking to get back to running the football, only have Keaton Slovis, you know, throw the football off, being able to successfully run it on the ground. But having said all that, Pitt's game still flew over the total with West Virginia last week, 38-31, even though they were trying more of a ball control, time of possession, slow it down type of offense. Yet that game still ended up going over the total. You know, when it comes to Tennessee, you're going to get a fast-paced, up-tempo, explosive offense led by Hendon Hooker. And boy, did they look the part against Ball State. 59 points in that 59-10 victory. Hooker was solid throwing the ball, 18 of 25, 221 passing yards. Gave way to Joe Milton because it was such a blowout. The run game was good with Jalen Wright, Jabari Small, Dylan Sampson. They all got involved running the football. Cedric Tillman, Jimmy Holiday, Ramel Keaton. Big games catching the ball down the field in the passing game for Tennessee. Just a loaded offense. There's no question about that. It's going to be a big test for what's a very good Pitt defense, though. Pitt's defense in the trenches, solid offense, defense. They did struggle at times, though, with West Virginia and JT Daniels at home last week. I found the secondary, that might be a little bit of a weak link for Pitt. I mean, I thought they gave up too much cushion to West Virginia receivers last week. And, you know, if you're struggling in your coverage down the field against West Virginia, how are you going to handle Tennessee's offense here this go around here? And a Tennessee team looking for some redemption after last year's 41-34 loss to Pitt in Knoxville. Pitt was a 3.5-point favorite last year in the meeting. They won 41-34. Like I said, 75 points. The game flew way over the total, but that total was 56. This one's 64 and a half, and I'm even seeing it up to 66 now in some spots. And Pitt's not trying to play as fast as they did last year. So it's one of those where I don't think I'd be too petrified to take it under, but to bet the game under. But at the same time, it was 56 last year. Pitt played faster. They're playing slower this year. Tennessee's still going to play the light warp speed with their tempo. But at the same time, you're seeing this total 10 points higher this year in the meeting between these two teams compared to last year. So it's just from a value standpoint, I did want to bet it over, but I don't know if the value's there. I'm kind of leaning Tennessee here. I don't love the idea laying points on the road, 6.5, 7, and I don't know if I'll bet it, but I'd lean a little bit to the Vols in this one. I don't know if Keaton Slovis, if that Pitt defense has those issues in the secondary, I don't know if this Pitt offense, unlike last year, has it in them to match an offense like Tennessee point for point. What do you think here, Connor?
Maybe. I think they can a little bit. I wasn't crazy impressed, but I thought Slovis played well, threw for over 300. And one thing in that Tennessee game with Ball State, their quarterback, Paddock, he threw, I think he had 270 yards. They didn't score enough. They go down, miss field goal. They go down, go for it on fourth down. But they move the ball on Tennessee. And I think even though it's 65, like with Tennessee games, I can only look over.
Yep.
You know, they're an over machine. And then Pitt, I know, different, you know, quarterback, the whole deal. Offensive coordinator, but they're 9-2 at home to the over. I think this is a back and forth shootout. And if I get over a touchdown, I'm going to lean to Pitt here. Even though how much I like Tennessee and Hooker, I think it's a little bit too rich, but they just move it so quick. I could only be on the over. I just got to.